Welcome back, guys. It's Scrappy117 here.
And KILLERQ.
And today we got something special to show you guys. We are on a perfect war win streak. Alright? This first one right here actually even included our Town Hall 10, our semi-rush Town Hall 10 killer, actually, as it is. And, you know, I guess it's not too impressive. It is a YouTube base, but it's always nice and refreshing to see something like this. We're not a huge clan. We don't get too many perfect wars when a Town Hall 10 is involved. But, you know what? Turns out bowlers are OP. So, yeah, it was pretty great. We're just going to run through this real quickly. You can see that there was really no chance for this guy. We knew pretty much from the second the core of the base was taken out, it was going to be a 3. So that was pretty awesome. We're really happy about that. Just wanted to come by and show you guys that. But also, right now in our current war, we have another perfect war going on. And, you know, there's still 2 hours, about 25 minutes left, but they can't do anything.
Yeah. And we might be doing a Town Hall 9 and Under war this time because I'm actually upgrading my king. Hell yeah! To 28. So I'm almost there to being at least par Town Hall 9, even though I'm a max Town Hall 10 with shit heroes.
Yeah, we actually had quite a few attacks to spare by the time we got this perfect war. We had about 6 attacks to spare, which is pretty cool. Most everybody 3-star on their first attacks, which was cool. Not everybody, but almost, wow.
Actually, everybody first attack except for 2 attacks were fresh hit 3 stars. There wasn't too many impressive bases, but we will show you a couple that were very interesting. We did a couple interesting raids.
Yeah, so we'll actually pull up our first one. This one's going out to a Devil's Twin. Good job, dude. And this is his hit on 1, actually. So we'll just go ahead and play this right here. We'll just pause it. Just take a quick little look at it. I mean, this base shouldn't be too difficult with a nice solid Govaho, just because there's not too many double giant bomb locations.
And it's very symmetrical. So it's pretty easy to predict. If you exposed one, you were able to expose the other. So
exactly. And we'll just play it. He actually, for this Govaho, he brought max bowlers into his CC as well, which is something we just barely got max bowlers.
Sorry about that, clan.
Yeah, but you know what, we have it now, so we can start trying some new attacks, see what else we can get going on in here. But as you can see, the giant bomb locations were exactly where he figured they would be, which once again, we weren't too surprised. We had an idea. He's gonna send in the bowlers right here. He created a huge funnel. It doesn't matter, they're gonna walk around anyway.
Too late though.
Yeah, this is the thing about funnels, guys. Everything has to be perfectly timed, because you can create the best possible funnel, and if everything in front of whatever you're trying to funnel in is dead or destroyed, it's gonna go all the way around, which in the end ended up working out because the bowlers destroyed everything near the other double giant bomb set, and the hogs never pathed in that direction. So you might say that he meant to do that. He didn't, but you know, it's a cool thought. So yeah, it's pretty much just a standard Govaho though. Goes really smooth right here. He's got, you know, 2 heals left, it looks like, right there. And it's going to be a solid 3. So nice hit on that one, Devil. Now we got our next one. Actually, this one was actually probably our favorite raid of the war, and it just happens to come from Mini KILLERQ.
Hey, my Town Hall. Hey, no, this is the wrong one.
That is the wrong Mini KILLERQ hit.
That is the easy base.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
So this guy actually had a pretty interesting base design, and we had a interesting strategy. So tell us what made you think this was gonna go well.
So I've done this attack quite a few times now. Definitely one of my favorite Tunnel 8 strategies that I've seen other people do in the past. And you don't see it come up often, but in certain cases in this one, another attack strategy you probably could have used was definitely Go Wipe or Go Evo, which we don't encourage. We encourage doing these sometimes weird attacks. This is actually my first time using this attack with a Lightning Quake. So as you can see, I have some golems and wizards. I would be starting on the top left at about 10 o'clock, and then working my way into the center to get both the air defenses right next to each other and the air sweeper, and then I'll zap Quake the air defense on the right side. So
So let me
tons of
get
double
this
giant
going.
bomb locations that I was trying to avoid, and
Which is exactly why Govaho was not used, guys. We love Govaho, but we know when not to use it as well. And this was just, it wouldn't have been the optimal strategy. It could have worked, it would have worked, but it just wasn't optimal. So this is how we're gonna roll.
And you'll see, I kind of predicted the outside Tesla, which is why I sent in the one golem first and wizards to funnel. And then the Tesla came up, then I sent the golem and the king and my wizards. Didn't totally get the funnel at 12 o'clock, so my king decided, oh, I'm gonna go around. But this rage spell and those two wizards are about to save my life because of that dragon and loon. So, and then I brought in an extra quake so the golems and wizards can get through those air defenses quicker, and that wizard tower to get the last air defense, which in a second you will see I most definitely did not get. So, that's a problem, especially since I had already placed my dragons.
The only thing that is semi-okay is, if I recall, one of the wizards, yeah, right here, actually got one hit off on that air defense, which is pretty clutch.
Yeah, and the clan castle is pretty much already dead as well. I brought in a max dragon and a max loon. The max loon was actually very clutch. I was hoping it'd help take out an air defense or a type of air defense, whether it was an archer tower or a wizard tower, but it actually soaked up a seeking air mine for me, which is great because with 6 dragons, 3 seeking air mines, that calls for a bad day. So, but as you'll see here, we'll fast forward through then. The dragons clutched up, they didn't have much to deal with, and that one dragon took out the air defense, got another breath. All smooth sailing from there. I had, I think, about 30 seconds left in this raid, so it was pretty clean.
Went very smooth. Now we do have another, actually, Town Hall 8 attack. Wasn't a very high level Town Hall 8, but we just wanted to show a little bit more variety than our typical Govahos, and this one was actually by me on my mini account, and this was my hit on 7. So looking at this base, we can tell honestly it's not maxed, obviously, and I have all the components that you need as a Town Hall 8 level 4 hogs. And I have a feeling that I'm just hinting, we're going to talk about the update in a minute, but with this update, I think that hogs are going to be very strong at Town Hall 8, even with the bomb tower. But you'll see, I didn't bring any Valks in here. And I took a risk. I figured I was going to try and wall break into the center compartment, which shouldn't be that hard, but everyone knows how wall breakers work. They basically go for everything that you don't want them to open up. Surprisingly, I'm just going to put this on ×4. We're just going to play through this really quickly. And honestly, at this point, I say we should just start talking about the update with some of these raids just going on in the background.
So, with these attacks going on in the background, first thing we'll start, we'll actually talk about the new levels of troops, starting with the wizards. Wizards, at the moment, to level 6 is probably pointless. It's 7.5 million for, I think it's like a 20 HP boost and maybe an extra 10 or 5 to 10 damage per second, which is why I actually held off on max wizards for a cool while, because level 5 wizards are just as strong. But now they're being brought down to Town Hall 9. They're getting a buff at level 6, and they're releasing a level 7 wizard. So we'll see how the level 7s turn out, and hopefully they're much better than the level 5 to 6, and definitely worth my elixir.
I have a feeling they're gonna be, because they obviously realized that those small step ups for the wizard as that kind of troop isn't gonna do too much for you, because honestly I don't see how you can mess up wizards. I don't know how exactly to put that. You know what I mean? Wizards have one specific job at higher level play, it seems, and it's funneling.
Funneling and taking out that CC drag if needed.
Exactly. Which this is a Town Hall 6 attack. So nothing too crazy here. Like we said, we wanted to show you guys some variety. We brought back the old school giant healer, and it didn't go well. My healer got wrecked, but it was okay. It was still a fun hit. I love doing these low level hits sometimes. Just, you know, taking out the dragon in the corner and just seeing how it's going. So the next thing, speaking of the dragon, we're actually going to bring up the dragon's child.
The baby dragon.
personal favorite troop besides the Hog Rider. We love the Baby Dragon. It's
It
such a
actually
cool
is my
troop.
favorite troop.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, we legitimately really enjoy the Baby Dragon. So what do you think? about this
Honestly,
movie?
I was with the Baby Dragon. I was like, you know what? I don't see how this was entirely necessary. I see with the new level Archer Tower, of course, maybe it was. I haven't seen too much of a difference with a level 3 Baby Dragon at Town Hall 10, but a level 4 Baby Dragon at Town Hall 10 is gonna be great. I will definitely be probably taking that in almost each raid, as I already do. I'm taking probably 90% of my attacks. It does great job for funneling, and some people leave a whole section, maybe 20% of their base, just completely. You can place a Baby Dragon down and it'll take it all out.
Whereas
So-
because they're not designed for Baby Dragon. They're thinking, okay, if someone's going to drop a minion on here to try and help funnel, it's not going to get you very far. But a Baby Dragon, one Baby Dragon on its own, raged up, does so much work. It's such a beautiful thing. It's a very cost-effective troop, in my opinion.
And the next troop we'll actually be hitting is the dragon itself. A little unexpected. I don't think much of us probably saw a level 6 dragon coming, because a level 6 dragon is like the level 5 dragon was already pretty hefty. It wasn't necessarily needed. I mean, it was, because the dragon needed a new level or a buff. So they figured, you know what, we'll bring down the level 4 dragon to Tunnel 9, bring the level 5 dragon in, and then now we're already seeing a level 6 dragon. Level 5 dragon was maybe about, I think, just under a year ago now. So around this time. And the level 6 dragon looks sick with its orange tips now. And it should do pretty well. So I'm just hoping it's a little bit more of an increase compared to level 4 to 5, because level 4 to 5 wasn't too big on its own. So, you have anything on the new level dragons?
On the new level dragons, I just think that it's going to be a slight nuisance for my Town Hall 6 account. That's about it. I don't plan on staying Town Hall 6 long. Probably going to be a Town Hall 7 within the next month. But I have a feeling that it's going to do a lot of work on the archers, which kind of sucks. But you know what? It's cool. I think
Town
it's
Hall
going to be cool.
6s, you might start hating more because of that.
Yeah. We don't really know how, I mean, we don't know how much of a difference it's honestly going to make, but, you know.
Yeah.
And there was something we wanted to talk about with this raid right here. This was from Sickness, so it was a Go Weeva. It was well executed, so nice
fresh
job
hit
there,
as
Sick.
well.
Fresh hit, exactly. And go ahead and, why don't you let them know what's so special about this base?
So, honestly, this is a YouTube base. Sorry, phone's kind of glitching out. So, definitely a YouTube base. Double giant bombs are pretty predictable. They're kind of hard to pick off with the Valkyrie sometimes. So he's going in with a Go Weeva to try and get them all out, and then see if he can pick up a 3-star, which is pretty typical to actually happen on this base. Not too surprising. But as you may have just seen, a hound came out of the clan. One of my favorite things to do against a hound in the clan castle is use a Govaho or a Golaloon with maybe 1 or 2 wizards, or no wizards and just take 1 or 2 baby dragons specifically for funneling. And probably not drop my Archer Queen to them, because that hound popping is going to be more deadly than the hound itself. I love just having the end of the raid happen and I use my queen for cleanup, a wizard for cleanup, and that hound just stays alive the whole time, or my queen ends up chasing it around the whole map at the very end. Just tons of fun.
It is, honestly, and it's always hilarious to see an attack wrap up with the enemy CC still up. I honestly love seeing that. I think that's great. So we don't know, I mean, we don't really run hounds in our clan castle. Not that any of the clans we usually face would, I guess, trip up on that. Like, obviously, we have our special way of coming at it, but honestly, a lot of the clans that we've been facing lately, they don't
use hounds much anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it's kind of dropping off, so it was interesting to see it. Obviously, it was a fresh hit we didn't know, so he didn't do that. It's cool.
Alright, so we have a couple more things to talk about. We'll talk about the new levels. We have the Expo. The Expo is not really going to affect any of us, since I'm a Town Hall 10. We don't have any Town Hall 11s in our clan. We're not going to bring in a Town Hall 11 for a cool while, because it's huge, because they have to be very reliable, very time reliant, and it's very difficult to manage a newcomer like that. So it's not going to affect us too much. At the Town Hall 11 level, I know it's definitely needed because Town Hall 11s are probably easier to 3-star than Town Hall 10s against Town Hall 10s because you have the Warden, you have spam troops, you have a lot you can do. So, and the other new one that's also not really going to affect us is the Mortar. The level 9 Mortar and the level 10 Mortar are both at Town Hall level 11 now. Again, not going to affect us too much, but the level 8 Mortar and the level 9 Mortar currently are getting a buff. Again, not going to affect us too much, except for me, the Town Hall 8, or the level 8 Mortar at Town Hall 10. But I don't like to use miners too much. I do and I don't. I like to get those weird contraption army comps going and then just playing.
Now, we don't really use spam attacks in this clan. I mean, other than Go Eva, and that one time we tried out mass bowlers, and it just happened to work. Other than that, we don't almost ever really use miners.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Because we're not a huge fan of the meta, per se, all the time. At least when it comes to spam metas, that's kind of just annoying to us. We're not a huge fan of that.
And alright guys, we're going to have one more attack playing in the background, then we're actually going to wrap up this video, and we'll include a part 2 including the rest of the update. So, and with this last attack, this is Scrappy himself, he was using baby dragons for the first time.
This is my first time using
your
baby dragons, and I'll just pause here. As we were saying earlier, did you guys see how much he had out here with nothing to target air in the area? Now, obviously, I get through about 4 buildings before archer towers start locking on, but it's the perfect place. And even on this side, see, he had a couple buildings, so I just brought in a couple minions right here, but 2 baby dragons pretty much not only created the funnel, but in the end, one of the baby dragons helped me take out CC as well, which is pretty cool. So we're just going to play this raid, just a pretty easy Govaho, and we're going to continue talking about the update. And next up is something that me and Killer have been waiting for so long and been talking about for so long. They're borrowing this from Boom Beach, am I correct?
Yes, Boom Beach had this first.
Army saving, it's the new train menu. It's fantastic. Go ahead and tell us what you like about that.
Alright, so in Boom Beach it was a little bit easier, and all they really did was you can cook up your most recent army, which is great. Even in Clash of Clans, that'd be useful. So, but yeah, in this, it was such a pain where I have a cooking army for war troops, so I can cook up that same army each and every time, and then, or even some basic armies that I use all the time, like my Go Vaho, or a Go La Lune, or even that Drag Attack me. So a lot of it would be very nice to have and just to save and not have to remember anything. If anything, I can add it and then make my changes as need be instead of changing the entire thing. So it was such a huge thing. We've been waiting for this for, I think, at least a year now.
Oh yeah.
Easily, as we've been getting more troops recently, and the new hero, and just a lot more complicated. So.
And the other cool thing is that I see this really helping out with is when we boost. We don't do it that often because for the most part we are free to play. We put a couple dollars in here or there, but for boosting specifically, which is really fun. We love to boost our barracks, just do a little boost session and just do some farming, and it's always a pain. And now, if I read this correctly, just to wrap this up really fast, you can actually cook 2 armies at the same time. There's enough space to cook 2 armies.
They automatically do it for you, which is great and definitely needed. So this will actually be the end of this video. We'll be releasing a part 2, much shorter video, in about an hour maybe, and we'll go ahead and
wrap it up.
So if you are from our clan, please post FBGM in line in the War Troops chat, please.
All right, guys, we're signing out.